Hello everyone, welcome to News Extra. Today we're talking about the Metaphysical Fair that's coming up at the Gering Civic Center on October 5th and 6th. I have Lisa Betz-Marquez with me from Prairie Arts Yoga. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you, Scott.
You know, this is not the first iteration of the Metaphysical Fair that you've organized. Talk a little bit about what people can expect when they come to stop by there at the Gering Civic Center.
Yes, this is my third one. And we'll have all kinds of healers, energy healers. We'll have people that are selling their handmade metaphysical tools and art. There will be a spirit portrait artist there, so people can get their portrait done. We'll have sound healing and energy healing, like Reiki healers, and lots of readers. People enjoy getting the intuitive readings and tarot readings, and so it's a lot of fun, and the purpose is for people to be able to come and explore different aspects of metaphysical practices and to learn things like, you know, dream interpretation, shadow work. It's you know, and people don't know what the shadow work is. Shadow is actually those sides of ourselves that we like to ignore. And you know, somebody who goes to the gym all the time, and to the public and the people who know him think, yeah, this is a real fitness person. But when they get home, they're stuffing their mouth full of like cinnamon rolls, or
Ben and Jerry's,
that's the shadow side of everyone. We all have one.
We all have that, yeah.
And so that concept of shadow is that you have to kind of embrace that part of yourself and not be ashamed of it.
Sure.
And that's part of your healing process.
Okay.
So.
And a lot of as time has gone on, there are some metaphysical practices or alternative medicine practices, if you will, that have actually started to work their way into more mainstream medicine.
Yes.
You know, acupuncture is one that comes into mind. Some of the Reiki work now, as I understand it, is starting to be incorporated into some of the treatments.
That's correct. There are some studies that have been done that Reiki, it's an energy healing practice using the hands. And there are some hospitals that have Reiki rooms, and before a person gets chemotherapy, they receive Reiki, and immediately afterward, and that can help a person with the symptoms of being ill and not the nausea and the things that can happen. It's also been demonstrated to help people heal much faster from any kind of invasive surgery if you give the Reiki before and immediately after, like within a half an hour before and after. And so it's really wonderful. It's great for palliative care as well. So it's kind of neat to see how science is finally being willing to take a look at some of these alternative practices and see what really can be a nice fusion of medical science with the healing arts that are in the metaphysical realm.
Yeah, well, you think about it, the human body is the body electric, if you will. It is electrical impulses through our nervous system that do help us do what we do on an everyday basis.
That's right.
It's kind of interesting how science has kind of followed some of these metaphysical practices, I should say, as time has gone on. Well, we'll be back in just a moment on News Extra with more about the Metaphysical Fair and Lisa when we come back in just a moment. And we're back on News Extra, and I'm talking with Lisa Betz-Marquez from Prairie Arts Yoga, and she is the coordinator, if you will, for the Metaphysical Fair that's coming up on October 5th and 6th, Saturday and Sunday, at the Gering Civic Center, starting off both days at 9 o'clock, ending Saturday at 6 and on Sunday at 5. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
You know, there's a lot of vendors and I shouldn't say performers, healers that show up for the Metaphysical Fair, one of them being the Tibetan singing bowls.
Oh, yes.
And very popular from 2 years ago.
Yeah, Li Fang Huang came 2 years ago, and she's from Taiwan originally, but studied the sound bowl healing work with Tibetan masters in Nepal. And she came 2 times ago, and we had a very beautiful healing group meditation sound bowl healing event, and she'll be doing that again Sunday at 2 o'clock. And then last time we had a different group coming in and did some different kind of sound healing.
Sure.
And so I want people to know that this is Li Fang, and she was here 2 fairs ago. So it's not going to be like the one that we had last time in the spring.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And there's also somebody that's presenting, talking about transformational energy, if you will.
Yeah, Barb Schrader.
Yeah, where you actually can kind of take on the energy of somebody else. Explain that a little bit.
Yeah, so, if you work in a setting where there's a lot of big emotion, a lot of feelings happening, someone in the hospital setting might feel this a lot of sadness. You are very much affected. All of us are. We're energy beings. So we are affected by each other's moods, each other's energy that we bring. And I'm an energy healer, so sometimes I'll be driving home and I'll be like, gosh, I feel this heaviness inside. I feel kind of like crying. Like, what is that about? And then I realize I'm not sad. Why am I feeling like crying? And then I realized I might have picked up some energy from some of my clients. And so one of the simple things I do is I release that which is which is not mine. I release that which is not mine. I say it out loud several times. It's kind of like a prayer, like an intention, and then I can feel that lifting. And so one of the things that we want to do with the Metaphysical Fair is teach people some very, very practical everyday tools for how to just live better. Many of us are carrying around sadness and heaviness and emotional things that aren't ours. They might be our parents, or they might be someone in our life that is struggling, or maybe it's even our ancestors and we've passed it on down through the generations. We don't have to do that. We don't have to carry this stuff. And that's one of the things Barb will be talking about, and I'm really excited that she's coming to do that.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting to hear about. Now, the fair itself, again, it's the 5th and 6th of October. Admission is very reasonable.
$7 a person, and if you come for both days, it's $12. And we just really want you to show up and be present. And kids that are 10 and under are free, so bring the little guys. And we will have a children's yoga class. Right now, all of the classes are yet to be scheduled as far as when they're happening, but keep your eye on prairieartsyoga.com and you'll be able to see when things are being offered.
That's the Metaphysical Fair coming up October 5th and 6th at the Gering Civic Center, starting at 9 o'clock each morning, ending at 6 o'clock on Saturday, 5 o'clock on Sunday. Lisa, thank you very much for joining us on News Extras.
Thank you, Scott.